Hi everyone, it's Sarah from Plan Sarah Plan, and welcome to part 2 of my August setup plan with me. Welcome back to my channel. Well, where were we? We had finished setting up the month view and we started on the notes pages. We started on this one and this one. We have not yet done the dashboard and we have not filled in the memory verses. So let's start with the dashboard today. If you are interested in how I set up my month view and my prayer of the month page, then you're going to want to check out part 1 of this video. So let's go over here to the dashboard, and what I did last month is what I'm going to stick with this month. I used the boxes like this. Obviously, I did not keep track of my habits, taking the vitamins, but I have been taking the vitamins every single morning, and I have set them out every single evening. But I have not been filling this out. So I'm going to rethink this one. Maybe do a habit of the month that I just write out, but not put a tracker. Book of the month here, challenge of the month, my themes or sticker kits of the month here, and 3 big goals to make progress on. Okay, so I am going to first of all do the easy part, which is just to put down the stickers from this patio time kit, and then we will fill them in. I've already selected my books of the month for the whole year, and those are listed on the inside of my front cover. And of course, if I change covers, I will have to transfer this or just prop this up somewhere where I can see it. But let me just, while we're putting this sticker down, give you my review, a short review of last month's book, which was called Every Breath, and it was by Nicholas Sparks. I liked it and I didn't like it. And let me just tell you, it was my first Nicholas Sparks book. And when I was searching for books, I did search for books that were like wholesome, Christian, hopefully themed. That's just what I want in my fiction. So it was a great story. Let me tell you all the pros. It was a great story. It was set in North Carolina, which is a state I have lived in before and have gone through and to often. So I like that part of it. I like the character development. It was a really neat story. What I did not like is that the love scenes were spelled out for the reader in explicit detail. I really don't want that in my fiction. I don't think that is necessary, and I try to actually steer clear of books that do that. So that's why I would say, like, if I'm recommending a book to one of my students or like a young person, I wouldn't recommend it because of that. So yeah, it was a good story, but I fast forwarded through some stuff that I didn't expect to be in there. So it was a good story though, but I'm going to probably not go back to Nicholas Sparks just for that reason. And that's that. So we have a different book this month and we're going to see what that one is like. I do believe it's a Christian author, but I should double check. This month's book is called All My Secrets and it's by Liene Austin. I did look it up. It is put out by Tyndale House Publishers. That is a Christian publisher. So without digging any deeper, at least I know that much. And it says it is a Gilded Age novel, which I think would be really fun. Unfortunately, the cover is sort of tall, and my HP Sprocket printed this with part of the author's name cropped off. So sorry about that. So here is my book of the month. It's All My Secrets by Liene Austin. And I'm going to put a divider here between the book and a challenge of the month. And I'm looking forward to this because it says it is a Gilded Age novel. And I think that sounds really fun. All right, and then over here is where we have Make Progress On. So here is my header. I'm just going to put it right in the center. And then let's put 3 of these boxes that I used to use in my monthly view. But now, because I have a new take on the dashboard, I'm using them here. 3 things to make progress on. They might actually be the same 3 as last month. And that's okay. I mean, it just has to be okay because things happen that you can't account for. My life is not just a series of days where I make progress on goals, you know, and your life probably isn't either. My life is full of surprises, like, will you come and watch the baby? Or an appliance is broken and we have to stop everything and fix that. And I help my mom as well. So I'm not making fast progress on any of my goals, but I'm not going to give up on them because they're important to me. And after looking back, sure enough, I am going to go with the same ones. So let me use my dual tip black marker. This one was free. It came with the life planner as a gift with purchase. And so I'm going to use the fine tip and also the bold side. So the first goal to make progress on is the wedding album that I'm redoing, and I have made absolutely zero progress on it. The next goal is going to be music theory questions for the upcoming school year, 1 per week for my students. And I have also made zero progress on this, but I will say I've made huge progress on selecting new music for my students, and that wasn't even a goal, but I've made huge progress on that. And then the last one is composing Easy Backyard Bash, which is an easy version of a piano songbook for students. I have made a little bit of progress on this. I have done a lot of brainstorming on titles and lyrics, so that I have made some progress on. So those are going to be the 3, and because piano starts at the beginning of September, I will have to make progress on this, and I want to get this done before piano students come back too. So hopefully these 2 will zoom ahead in August. I have figured out the themes for the upcoming month, and there will be 4 weeks before we get to the September tab. So I'm going to go ahead and assign 4 themes. I'm going to skip viewer's choice this month, and I'll show you why. I've got 3 of the 4 kits that I'm going to use in hand, and 1 is on the way. So the first week is going to be patio time, and that is the companion kit for this monthly kit. So here's the dashboard version of it, and I also have a vertical version, and this is very similar. It's the exact same components and shapes that were in my different, not less dashboard kit, but it's getting an overhaul, and I'll show you the overhaul it's going to get really soon. The next week is going to be Lemon Grove from Mama Gloria Shop. So here is one of 3 kits that I ordered from Mama Gloria Shop last month, and they arrived during the month. And I think there are 4 sheets, but maybe just 3. No, that one's just thick. Okay, so there are 3 sheets here. And as you can see, Mama Gloria has a whole different take on the dashboard than I do, and different than what Boulder Bond does. One similarity is all of these event labels. Mine is heavy on event labels, but I've changed it up. There are habit trackers, and there are dates in here, and date covers or day covers, and some different sizes of washi. So this is called Lemon Grove, and it's kit number 0227 if you want to pick it up. And the discount code for Mama Gloria Shop is Sarah20 if you want to use that. Then the 3rd week will be a Boulder Bond kit. I don't have it yet, and I don't know what it's called, but I have set aside that week for Boulder Bond, and there is a shipment on the way. Bonnie has picked that one out. Now here's something brand new that hasn't even been listed in my shop. This is More Patio Time. That's literally the name of it, More Patio Time. And this will show you how my dashboard kit is going to be revamped. And the Artsy Life kit is the first one that I revamped this way, but I used that template to make this More Patio Time. So right away, I hope you can see the difference. There are check boxes, fewer full boxes, fewer event labels, and some different types of them over here. Like these are just solid colors, and they are somewhat transparent. All of these are the same here. I think all of this is the same, but you now get these skinny washi strips that can be your dividers for the days if you want them to be. I've also added in a skinny long washi strip. The rest of this page is the same, and these are the same, except I shrunk the days of the week a little bit and had more room at the bottom, so I added more flags. And here is the freebie with more patio time, and that is also a little freebie. So this one is the last week of August. So I'm just going to write these all down. I'll go into time lapse to do that. There you go. And I have just left a blank here for the Boulder Bond week, and I'll fill that in any day now when that kit arrives. And we'll put a header here that says Sticker Kits. I really should probably change this to just themes because it's not always a sticker kit. Most of the time it is, but not always. All right, then I'm going to give myself a habit of the month without a tracker and a challenge of the month. So the challenge of the month is right here. And I have succeeded at last month's challenge. That was just have fun experimenting with and getting used to the dashboard layout. And I have had fun doing that. All right, my habit of the month is going to be this, and it's a habit that I've already started. I really enjoy going to my sticker shop work, like going to work on specifically the Etsy shop in the morning when I've already printed out the orders that will be cut that day. So the way I will articulate this is probably print orders night before. I like that. So that's going to go here. Okay. And then my challenge of the month, I think it just needs to be all systems go for the new school year. That means the theory questions, Backyard Bash composed, all of the student lesson time slots assigned, my calendar all set for the year, which that is already done, the assignment books made and designed and printed and all of that. So how about all systems go for piano? You know what? I really like how this bold tip looks right there. I use the bold tip on the middle word here and on all of this, the bold tip. And it just, I like it. I like how it really stands out. So now my dashboard page is done. And the next thing I'm going to do is flip back 2 pages to my memory verse page. The prayer of the month, if you're new here, is something that I pray at the end of my weekly Plan With Me. So I'm not going to pray it in this one. So we're going to flip back 2 pages, the memory verses. So just like with the sticker kits, there were 4 for the month because we're going to have 4 weeks before the next tab. There will be 4 memory verses as well. And I have heart stickers to mark each of those. And I might even put the little freebie asterisks in between them. That might be fun because this is a relatively new freebie I've started to include. All right, so what are the memory verses? I've got my trusty pocket planner here, and if you flip to the back, this little tab here that I added has all of my verses, and where we are right now, this was July. There were 5 for July, and I need to just get out the pen here and mark that there will be the next 4 under the August header. So August 2, 3, 4. So the first one is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 57. And I've gone ahead and written in the verse 1 time. This is where I keep track of the verses that are my memory verses, and I also can write them out each day to help me memorize them. So this verse says, "But thanks be to God, He gives us the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ." And that is the NIV version, and I'm going to write it here. The next verse is Romans 8:28, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. And I know that's been one of my memory verses before, but it is definitely worth repeating over and over again. The next verse is Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. So God is talking to Jeremiah specifically there. But I want you to just think about this, that God knew you before you were formed in the womb. And he has possibly set you apart for a certain purpose. So I'm going to leave off the part about being a prophet at the end because that was specifically for Jeremiah. But we will just go with, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, and before you were born, I set you apart. Here's the last one, Proverbs chapter 29, verse 25. Fear of man will prove to be a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is kept safe. Okay guys, I think we're finished. So here is the memory verse page, 4 memory verses this month. The monthly spread, which was covered in part 1 of my August setup, Plan With Me. And then the dashboard, which we did together, and the prayer of the month. I just now added this little flag here and a little asterisk there to dress that up a bit. And I think the last thing I'm going to do is consolidate my leftover stickers. So I have 4 sheets right now with various things left over, and I'm going to try to get that down to 1 sheet. There we go. It's a little easier to see what all I have when it's all on 1 sheet. So let me give you a slow motion flyover. Here's a slow motion flyover of the dashboard page. And a slow motion flyover of the memory verses page. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.